Welcome to Kuma English Listening Hub. In this episode, we will visit a community garden. We will explore what it is, how it works, and why people love it. This topic is great for English learners because we will talk about daily life, food, nature, and community. So, find a comfortable place, relax, and listen. You can close your eyes and imagine the garden while you listen. Imagine you walk down a busy city street. You see tall buildings, many cars, and people hurrying to work. Suddenly, you turn a corner. Between two buildings, you see something different. You see a small green space full of plants. There are flowers, vegetables, fruit trees, and wooden boxes full of soil. You hear birds, not cars. You smell herbs, not smoke. This is a community garden. A community garden is a place where local people work together to grow plants. They share the land, the tools, and sometimes the food. Some gardens are in big cities, some are in small towns. They can be in empty lots, on rooftops, near schools, or beside apartment buildings. Let's meet Hana. Hana is an office worker. She lives in a small apartment on the 5th floor of a tall building. She has no balcony and no yard. She loves fresh vegetables, but they are expensive in her city. One day, she sees a poster in her elevator. It says, "Community Garden Members Wanted." She is curious. She goes to visit the garden on Saturday. When she arrives, she sees about 15 people. Some are young, some are older, some are students, some are retired. They are all working together. A man smiles and says, "Hi, I'm Marco. Welcome to our garden." Hana feels a little shy. Her English is okay, but she is not very confident. She says, "Hello, I'm Hana. I live in that building." She points to the tall building across the street. Marco says, "Great. Do you want to see what we grow here?" He shows her the different areas of the garden. There are tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, green onions, and lettuce. There are herbs like basil, mint, and rosemary. There are also some flowers to bring bees and butterflies. Marco explains the rules of the garden. He says, "Our community garden is for everyone in this neighborhood. People can join if they live nearby. We ask members to come at least once a week. We do not pay money to join. Instead, we give our time and our work." He shows Hana a simple sign on the wall. It says, "Our garden rules. Be kind and respectful. Share tools and water. Clean up after yourself. Do not use chemicals. Share extra vegetables." Hana reads the rules and nods. She likes them. She especially likes share extra vegetables. Fresh vegetables are expensive, and she does not like to waste food. Marco opens a notebook. He says, "This is our member list. We write our name, phone number, and email. We also choose a garden team." He shows her the teams. There is the watering team. They water the plants, especially in summer. There is the weeding team. They pull out unwanted plants, called weeds. There is the compost team. They collect dry leaves and food scraps and turn them into rich soil. There's also the events team. They plan small parties and classes in the garden. Hana thinks for a moment. She says, "I want to join the watering team. I get off work at 5 p.m. I can come here in the evening." Marco smiles. "Great. Welcome to the garden, Hana." At the beginning, Hana does not know much about plants. On her first day, she asks, "How much water do tomatoes need? Is it okay if I water them every day?" An older woman named Mrs. Lee shows her. She says, "Put your finger in the soil. If it feels dry, give water. If it feels wet, wait." Plants do not like too much water. Hana is surprised. She never thought about checking the soil like that. She tries it. Some tomato plants need water. Some do not. She learns to pay attention. A week later, she helps plant new seeds. The group wants to grow carrots. They make long, thin lines in the soil. They put small seeds inside. Then they cover them gently. Hana worries. She says, "The seeds are so small. How will they grow?" Mrs. Lee laughs softly. "Just wait and see," she says. Every week, Hana visits the garden. Sometimes she is tired after work. But when she enters the garden, she feels calmer. The green leaves and the smell of herbs make her relax. She waters plants. She pulls some weeds. She talks with other members. Slowly, she makes new friends. Community gardens are not only about plants, they are also about people. Different people bring different skills. One Saturday, a university student named Carlos brings a small sign he designed. It says, "Welcome to Green Corner Community Garden. Please enjoy with your eyes, not with your hands." Under the words, there are pictures of flowers and vegetables. He tells the group, sometimes children come in and pull plants. They don't understand. This sign can teach them. Another member, Fatima, loves cooking. She says, "When the tomatoes are ready, I can show everyone how to make tomato soup." The events team decides to plan a garden day. They will invite neighbors to visit. They will give small tours of the garden. They will also share simple recipes. On garden day, many people come. There are parents with small children, older couples, and teenagers. Some people just walk by, but they stop when they see the green space. Hana gives a short tour in simple English. She says, "Here we grow herbs. You can smell them. This is basil. This is mint." A little girl smells the mint and smiles. "It smells like gum," she says. On a table, there are bowls with small pieces of bread and tomato topping. There is also a big pot of soup. Fatima explains how to make it with fresh tomatoes, onions, and herbs from the garden. Neighbors talk, laugh, and eat together. Some people ask how they can join. The garden becomes a place of connection, not just a place of plants. Community gardens also help the city and the environment. In many cities, there is a lot of concrete and not many trees. On hot days, the air feels heavy and hot. This is called the heat island effect. Green spaces, like gardens, are cooler. Plants give shade. The soil is cooler than concrete. When there are more gardens, the city can feel more comfortable in summer. Gardens also help with rain. When it rains on a street, the water cannot go into the ground. It goes into drains and sometimes causes floods. But in a garden, the soil drinks the water. It holds it and slowly gives it to the plants. Community gardens are also good for animals and insects. Bees, butterflies, and birds visit the garden. They help move pollen from flower to flower. This helps plants produce fruit and seeds. Sometimes people are afraid of insects, but in the garden they learn that many insects are helpful. Ladybugs eat bad insects that hurt plants. Bees help plants grow fruit. Spiders catch mosquitoes. The members of the garden also decide not to use chemicals. They learn natural ways to protect plants. For example, they plant flowers that bad insects do not like. They also use nets to protect some plants from birds. One of the most important parts of a community garden is sharing. Members share the work, and they also share the food. In summer, the tomatoes finally turn bright red. The lettuce is big. The cucumbers are long and green. The carrots are ready to pull from the soil. The group prepares a harvest day. Harvest means the time when we collect food from plants. On harvest day, everyone comes early. They bring baskets and bags. They gently cut lettuce leaves. They pick tomatoes and put them carefully into boxes. They pull carrots and wash the soil off with water. Soon the table is full of colorful vegetables. Marco says, "Today, each member can take a box of vegetables home. We also have extra. We will give some to the local food bank." Hana chooses some lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, and a small bunch of basil. She feels proud. These vegetables are not from a supermarket. They are from the place she helped care for. That night, she makes a big salad. She cuts the lettuce and tomatoes and adds carrots. She puts fresh basil on top. The taste is different from supermarket food. It tastes more fresh and more special. She takes a photo of her salad and sends it to the community garden group chat. She writes, "Thank you, everyone. This is my dinner." People in the chat send photos too. Someone makes pasta with tomato sauce. Someone makes cucumber sandwiches. Someone makes carrot soup. The garden continues in their kitchens. Community gardens can also be great places for learning. Some gardens invite school classes to visit. Children learn where food really comes from. They see seeds, plants, flowers, and fruit. They learn that carrots grow on the ground and tomatoes grow on vines. Teachers use the garden as an outdoor classroom. They teach science by showing how plants grow. They teach math by counting seeds or measuring plant height. They even teach language. Students describe what they see, smell, and feel. For adults, the garden is also a classroom. People exchange knowledge. Someone teaches how to grow potatoes in a bag. Someone else shows how to save seeds from old plants to use next year. Someone shares how to cook vegetables in a new way. The garden is also a good place to practice languages. In many cities, members come from different countries. They speak many languages. They practice the local language with each other. They also sometimes practice English. Hana, for example, uses the garden as a place to practice English. She learns new words like harvest, compost, and seedling. She also learns simple phrases like, "Can you pass me the shovel?" and "Do you need help with that?" Because the garden is quiet and friendly, she feels less nervous. It is easier for her to speak. Slowly, she becomes more confident. Of course, a community garden is not always easy. There are problems too. Sometimes plants get sick. Sometimes people forget to come on their watering day. Sometimes there are disagreements. One day, some tomato plants suddenly look weak. Their leaves have brown spots. The group feels worried. They worked so hard on those plants. The compost team searches online and guesses that it is a plant disease. They read that it is important to cut off sick leaves, so they wear gloves and carefully remove the bad parts. They also move some plants to give them more space and air. After a few weeks, the disease stops. Not all plants survive, but many do. The group learns an important lesson. Gardening means accepting change. Sometimes things grow well, sometimes they do not. Another time, there is a disagreement about opening hours. Some members want the garden to be open all day. Others worry that people might come at night and damage plants. So the events team organizes a meeting. Everyone sits in a circle in the garden. They listen to each other. They talk politely. Finally, they decide on a plan. The garden will be open during the day and in the early evening. At night, a simple lock will protect the gate. Through these problems, the members learn to communicate. They learn to listen, to explain, and to find a solution together. This is part of community life. Now, let's review some key ideas from this episode. A community garden is a shared space where neighbors grow plants together. People join to enjoy nature, grow food, meet others, and relax. There are different teams for different jobs, like watering, weeding, and compost. The garden is also a place to learn new skills, such as how to plant seeds or cook new recipes. Community gardens help the environment. They make cities greener and cooler. They give homes to bees and birds. They also help with rainwater and reduce waste by using compost. Finally, community gardens are about sharing. People share time, tools, ideas, and food. They also share stories and cultures. Before we finish, here are some simple questions to think about. You can pause after each question and answer aloud if you want to practice speaking. 1. Is there a garden or green space near your home? 2. Would you like to join a community garden? Why or why not? 3. What vegetables or fruits would you like to grow? 4. Do you prefer working with plants, cooking food, or organizing events? Which garden team would you join? 5. How could a community garden help people in your city or town? Thank you for listening to Kuma English Listening Hub. Today, you learned about life inside a community garden, and you practiced English at the same time. You can listen again to catch more details. You can also shadow the audio. This means you speak at the same time as the speaker. This will help your speaking and pronunciation. In the next episode, we will explore another part of daily life and the world around us. Until then, take a deep breath, imagine the smell of fresh herbs, and keep growing your English. Bye for now.